This is the fourth and last hamstring challenge. So I want you to grab a light to medium weight. I have a 10-pounder, 2 gliders or whatever you're using instead of those, a band, circle band preferably if you have it, but remember you can tie off a long band, super easy. And then grab a chair, be by a bench, be by a couch, even a kitchen chair can work for this as long as it's super stable, okay? All right, so our first exercise is a variation of our double leg glider. So, get a nice position down on the floor. Y'all have done this enough by now that I don't have to walk you through form, but do grab a heavier weight band and place it around your legs right above your ankles. Get your heels pretty squarely on the gliders and go down into the start position of a bridge. Okay, before we start, I want to say that all exercises today are going to be a little bit different rep and set than we have been focusing on. We're going to go heavier, both with weight and with bands today. So we're doing 3 by 10 instead of 3 by 15. If you continue any of these on further, please feel free to progress as your body feels comfortable with them. But right now we're going to bump it down a little bit because we're bumping up resistance, all right? So what I'm going to have you do is push your feet out a little bit so you have some resistance in that band. And let's get up in our nice, strong bridge position. So we're going to go out to about where we stopped the first time last session, but this time we're going to do curls in the middle of it. So what that's going to look like is our foot on the glider is going to pull back towards our bum, and that band is going to give us resistance. It's going to target our hamstring. While you're doing this, keep your hips nice and tall. Don't let them sag at all. You're going to come back down. So we're going to curl, back down, curl, back down. If you've been walking through form with me, come down to your starting position. We're going to get reset to do our reps. So let's go. A little bit of tension on the band, hands down by your side, get up in a nice strong position. Come out a little bit with your double legs and then single leg pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back down to your starting position. You'll realize really quickly that this actually works both hamstrings at the same time. One's doing an isometric contraction, the other's obviously moving, but you're going to feel it in both, so don't be surprised about that. All right, back in a position, hips up, gliding out with both, curling with your left this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and back down. Reset. Couple deep breaths. Make sure your core is on. Up in a nice bridge. Out a little bit and pull with your right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, back down. All right, through 2. Reset their shoulders, reset core, glutes back to the sky, and coming out, and then curling with our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, good job, 8, 9, 10. Right, back down. Shake out your legs if you need to. Roll your ankles around. Get reset on the gliders nice and squarely. And glutes back up. Slide back out. Right side. Last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back down. 2 deep breaths. Core's on. Glutes up to the sky. Out. And left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. All right, band is off. Gliders to the side. The next exercise we're doing is a weighted single leg deadlift. We've gone through this exercise before, and I do have that demo video on YouTube if you guys need any breakdown of form. Since I've gone over it twice now, we're just going to go right into the exercise. Okay, so we're going to start with our weight on our left side. So, nice good athletic stance, a little bit of bend in that left knee, but fairly straight. You're going to lead, remember, with your back knee, back leg. So you're going to come up with your back leg, whole body is rigid. So torso's coming down towards your weight. You're going to grab your weight and then up with your glute. Back down, up by squeezing glutes. Back down, light tap of the weight, up, that's number 3. 4. 5, in the down phase, you should have a little bit of a bend in your knee. 6. Shouldn't be in a straight knee at all. 7. 8, nice and tall when you come up. 9, and remember you're not pulling from your back. And 10, other side. So place that weight down on the ground. Nice athletic stance, slight bend in your stance knee. Kicking back with our swing leg. And up. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep that core nice and tight. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Switch sides. Remember that we're holding the weight in our opposite hand, so opposite of our stance legs. Shift weight over to our left, lead with our right, reaching down with our right, and up. 1, 2, 3, keep it nice and tall on the up. 4, good posture. 5, chest high. 6, I'm driving through glute. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Righty. Weights down. Shift our weight over to our right this time, reaching down with our left and up. 1, 2, 3, nice work. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, good job. 9, 10, good, last set. Switching sides, shift a weight over to our left, reaching down nice and straight, plank position to start, and up. 1, 2, 3, push up through that stance side, don't pull from your back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, good. All right, reach down, shift weight, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome job. All right, our last exercise is going to need a chair. So place your weight to the side. Grab a chair. If you're by a couch, that works too. Obviously, if you have a bench in your at-home gym, that would work best. We want something nice and stable, so make for sure that if you do have a chair, it's on some kind of rubberized surface that'll help reduce friction. We are going to do a Bulgarian split squat. And Bulgarian split squat is really great at incorporating all the muscles that we use for running into one fluid exercise. It's tough, but it pulls in the stabilizers and prime movers that we want to utilize out on the roads and trails. And so I had to throw this one into our last exercise. So how it's going to look, you're going to take one leg and keep it on the ground. The other leg's going to come up and the foot is going to go back onto the chair. I'm going to have you start all the way down on the ground. So you can see my knee and my hip are in pretty good alignment on my downside. And then what I'm going to do is take my front foot and make for sure my knee is at a 90-degree angle. And this is our starting position. You do not have to come down to where you're touching your knee between every single rep. I just want you to get in a good starting position so we know we're not putting any extra stress on joints or soft tissues that we do not want. We want to make for sure this exercise is set up for success from the go. So once you get to that position, I want you to lift up, and this is where we're going to start. Nice and straight, nice and tall, shoulders are rolled back, good posture. We're going to come down, straight up. We're not going to shift forward, we're not going to shift back. Everything's in one fluid motion in the same exact plane. All right, y'all ready? Drop down, about 90 degrees in the knee, press up through your glutes. That's 1, 2, 3, straight down, straight up, 4, make sure that core's on, 5, shoulders are back, 6, you're not pressing through this back leg, 7, everything's coming from the front leg, 8, 9, 10, good. So now that we know our starting position, switch feet by placing your right, if you were doing it with your left, placing your right exactly next to your left, so we know our positioning is the same. We don't have to take time to set up. All right, let's go. Drop down, straight up, 1, 2, 3, 4, keep breathing. 5, breathe out on the way up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch feet. Remember to line your feet up first. Then reach back and straight, nice, tall posture. Good. And down. 1, driving through those legs. 2, not reaching with the back. 3, 4, make sure core's on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Switching feet. Again, that back foot should just be going along for the ride. Shouldn't be too tensed up, too tight, or firing really at all. 1, drop, press. 2, really drive through that front leg. 3, 4, think about driving through a heel of your front leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switching back, this is our last set. Going so fast. Drop, press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Keep breathing, keep firing that core, keep in good posture. Straight down. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out on the way up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, shake out those legs. Move your chair. Or move a little bit away from the couch. I'm going to go into our mobility exercise next. This is a little different than possibly what you've seen in the past. We've gone over a couple different ways of stretching out your hamstrings. We've gone over a couple different ways of mobilizing them. This is going to use a little bit more dynamic motion and is a good one for you guys to use before you run or after too. Either way, but it's not going to be a long hold that needs to be solely for after your workout or after you run. This is one that's going to have a little bit of flexibility in your routine. So what I want y'all to do is take your hands and place them a little bit further than shoulder width apart. And you're going to come into a tabletop position here. So you're going to be on hands and knees. And I'm going to start with my left side. So I'm going to take my left foot, I'm going to swing it up and crawl it up really close to my left hand. And I'm going to press my elbow a little bit out into my left leg. You'll almost start to feel a stretch just by doing that. So from here, I want you to raise up so that you have a really good chest position. You're not curled over towards the ground. So nice high chest. And as you complete that, I want you to tuck your hips under just a little slight bit so that this lower back isn't curled up and in. Everything's nice and flat. And then we're going to take our hands, we're going to get up on our fingertips if you need a little bit more height, and we're going to slowly sit back towards our right foot. We're just going to go really slow over a period of 3 to 5 seconds, and we're going to come back up. And move back slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back up. Keeping that chest nice and high the whole time, keeping your pelvis tucked under the whole time to really target your hamstring. Back, 3, 4, 5, and up. Good, keep breathing. We're going to move back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back up. So your goal here is not to get to the end extreme ranges of your flexibility limitations. What we spoke about before holds true here. You want to maintain the intensity in 5 to 7, that 5 to 7 range. Talking about a 0 to 10 scale. So we don't want to push past our body's limitations. We just want to slowly rock in and out of those tight ranges. And so what your plan is and what our goal is to slowly increase mobility by active movement. So movement while mobilizing. Let's go to the other side. So get your nice tabletop to start. Take your right foot, crawl it up towards your right hand. Press out a little bit with that right elbow. Chest up nice and tall. Pelvis is tucked. We're going to slowly lean back. 3, 4, 5, and up. And you'll feel here, let's go back again. 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll feel that you have more restriction on this side because we have done already 5 to 7 reps on the other side, and we've gotten that nice mobilization in our left. Let's go back. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is never so apparent until you start on the side that hasn't been worked yet. Let's go back. 2, 3, 4, 5. But the goal here is as we work through it to get more comfortable and get more range. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're doing about 5 to 7 reps today, but you can do up to 15 or 20 of these with the caution that you just don't want to push past limitations. And of course that's true with almost anything, correct? So be kind to your body with these, but really work within those limitations and that tightness to expand the mobility that you have. All right, that is the last hamstring challenge. Great job this last 4 weeks, and it's been so fun. Thanks for joining us.